Good morning and welcome to episode 1275 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, August 17th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed right here on this podcast. Today, Mark's got Britney, Saudi money, and more in your cup of coffee in the big time.
Yeah, playing the hits, you know?
Yeah. Some great topics right there. I've got career news on deck, interesting angle on it. And then Wes has drunken raccoons to bat us home today.
Yeah, thanks to the Nazis.
Speaking of Nazis, are you not touching the Bradley Cooper thing?
Oh no, but that's great.
That we're not covering that today. Let's just talk about it real quick at the top. Did you see that?
He's been
accused
of doing Junos, right? Is that
they're calling it Jew face, which is the most ridiculous term. He wrote, produced, and is starring in a biopic about one of the most famous composers of
and they gave him a big nose,
and they gave him
presumably
a huge
to
nose.
Match the
Huge
composer.
nose. I saw the side by side, and although the composer's children are coming to Bradley Cooper's defense, probably because he's making a movie about their dad, I don't think he needed to go that big on the nose. I think he could have gone.
You're saying they overdid it?
They overdid it. Yeah, he just has an enormous nose. So I saw one of the best comments was I saw Bradley Cooper play the Elephant Man on Broadway without prosthetics, but he's playing this guy with the Jew nose.
Yeah, people.
I mean, look, I think it's fine. It's if that's the fucking nose the guy had, he should look as much.
He didn't have that big a nose.
Hmm.
I saw the side by side. Bradley Cooper's is significantly longer.
Bradley's in hot water over that prosthetic.
It's funny.
Nose.
I mean, regardless of your
hooking
stance,
more.
It's funny. And look, Jewish people have some of the best senses of humor. I know some of them are mad, but and they don't like to be the butt of the joke because they have for history and they've been treated like shit. But they have great senses of humor, and I think it's at least kind of funny that this is a situation, right? It's funny.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, we had a sketch. I mean, it's such a comedic situation that we actually had a sketch back in the day about somebody trying to do this in a commercial, and
how racist it is to do this,
making people put fake noses on, right? Yeah,
and I played the Jewish character that had to wear the nose, and it was like a witch's nose. It was
it was very insulting.
Yeah. That was much more clearly offensive.
But that was us making fun of the fact that you shouldn't do that. And here's Bradley Cooper doing it in a huge movie. So
they say, Mark,
were we making fun of that you shouldn't do that? Or
yes, because the character that was making me do it was a guy who was literally Hitler.
Yeah. That sketch was ahead of its time. Life imitates art. That's just how it goes,
Yeah.
So, hey, speaking of art, you are not going to want to miss tomorrow's podcast. It is going to be artful, artistic, fantastic, sublime, a much anticipated guest. I think you know who she is. Do not miss it. Do not miss this next episode on Friday.
Do not.
Live taping Thursday night. It's going to
be respectful in the live comments. You should probably be able to read them and send in questions. I think if you're in the Discord, even prompted to send in questions, but it's going to be huge.
Yeah. You're going to want to be there.
You guys going to dress up? Anything special?
I mean, I got a haircut today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be in my absolute best.
Why you got a haircut?
Well, it subliminally maybe, and this is going to get brought up a lot tomorrow in the high five. It's not good news for the guy whose girlfriend waxed her butthole. This is kind of on the same level, right? I got a haircut for her, and then the wax. There's some parallels to be thought of about that, and that's coming around tomorrow too. So huge news on the waxed butthole scenario, and a huge guest tomorrow. Big show tomorrow.
Wow, massive.
Big show tomorrow.
Massive. Maybe I'll go massive. Yeah.
You guys want to do the news?
Yeah.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Before you get going, live comment from Felipe Gomez. Finally made it to a live, and we are glad you are here, Felipe. Spread the word.
Yeah, Felipe.
Get in here.
That's what we like. We like new people join. We love the existing people joining live because they bring in the good comments, but we need a lot more Felipes in here too, new people.
You can comment at youtube.com/hardfactornews. Spread the word. Also, we simulcast on Twitter at Hard Factor News. So
you can watch it there too. Yeah. Couple of fun sports updates. Neymar the Brazilian soccer superstar. I'd say probably a top 5 player in the world. Some people might argue higher, some people lower, but I think top 5 is fair. He just joined Cristiano Ronaldo and a slew of other international superstars and joined the Saudi Arabian Pro League in soccer.
I mean, it does. This kind of puts them above the MLS right now, having Neymar and Cristiano,
and like a ton of like African stars. People that you may like. I didn't recognize a lot of the names, but then they're getting a lot of stars.
Okay.
They got golf and soccer now.
That's right, Wes. They're about to buy
Saudi
the WWE.
money.
They're about to have all pro wrestling too. Roman Reigns, all those guys.
They're not going to get nearly the viewing of the MLS, but they have the talent, just like the Live. Right, it doesn't get nearly the viewership of PGA, but yeah, they got the talent.
They don't care.
I'll tell you what, though, I have never seen so many MLS highlights on ESPN as since Messi came over and started scoring the shit out of goals.
For sure. I mean,
great.
Messi, what Messi's doing to the MLS, I think, is smarter for him because he's the only star.
And he's an owner.
All in, and
they're not giving these guys ownership.
Yeah,
Messi's like an owner. It's Miami. Yeah,
with star players going to your league comes a lot more exposure. So it's good, smart move for them for sure.
I agree, and he scored 9 goals in 6 games there, and Miami's in the finals. Like it's not fair. They won the semifinals 4-1. Like they're just smashing teams. Yeah.
Right, because he's so much better.
Yeah,
he's so much better than everybody else in the MLS. But I mean, the situation with that is that Messi made the right move for himself personally.
Right.
Cristiano and Neymar are going to cash in right now, but they're probably not in the long run going to benefit as much as Messi.
Well,
right?
Neymar definitely made the right move, and here's why. He left PSG. I'm with you, Will. I think all of them. I think Ronaldo probably could have had what Messi had. Neymar couldn't. Neymar definitely made the right move. He left PSG just like Messi did. They're both on that French team to join Saudi Arabia's state-run Al-Hilal team for a $300 million guaranteed contract. He can earn up to $400 million in incentives if he does simple things like post online about how he likes playing in Saudi Arabia, $500,000 per post online. And this is for a 2-year contract, $400 million, 2 years.
That's amazing.
Is that $500,000 per post thing unlimited? He can just
up to 400 million.
Spam Saudi posts.
It caps at 100 million. I think so. Once a week, maybe for 2 years. They also the Saudis paid PSG $102 million for a transfer fee. So they dropped $500 million on Neymar for 2 years.
Damn.
God, I'd be so mad if I was a poor person in Saudi Arabia. I mean,
dude, there aren't any poor people in Saudi Arabia,
though, right? Yeah,
they don't exist.
They don't.
No,
yeah,
they don't.
There's poor people in Saudi Arabia.
It's just because it's so much. Well, the people who drill, but then all of the managers and up
like in India
are billionaires.
Dude, right now, Saudi Arabia, living in Saudi Arabia is like being like a rich white kid. Heterosexual white kid in America in the 90s. You're like, you have anything you want. You know?
Right. They're the fraternity of the world now. Exactly. Saudi Arabia, the Middle East in general. Anybody who makes a lot of oil, they're doing great. They have boats. They got
the best place to be.
From 2019.
It's the best place to grow up a straight male in the world right now.
Okay, well, here's a report from 2019 saying 20% of the Saudi population lives in poverty. So I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Bullshit. Okay. Cristiano Ronaldo, by the way, is on. Cristiano Ronaldo is on one of the other 3 state-run teams. There's 4 state-run Saudi teams funded by the Saudi government now for soccer. He's on Al-Nassr. They all start with Al-Hilal, Al-Nassr, whatever. He's getting $75 million a year and another $50 million a year for posting. So he got less. He's getting slightly less than Neymar because he signed first.
Also, Wes and Mark, intern Jackson cleared up the confusion there. It's the women and then the people who can't own property.
Correct.
That
Wes, that's what I'm saying. If you're a male,
the other
in Saudi
80%,
Arabia.
They're really doing
it's like the 1% over here. I get that. I get that the people that have all the oil are rich, but 20% of people in Saudi Arabia live in poverty.
It's on its
20%.
head. It's opposite. It's on
20% are women, and
not like, everyone in Saudi Arabia.
And Mark, you don't want to use the S word in 2023, but basically, right? They're indentured. They're servants.
They have people from other countries too. Yes, they have indentured servants. Come build the stadiums. They got to come build all these stadiums because they're building soccer teams. They're buying so many sports that they bring in the 20% the people dying building the stadiums. So I mean, it reminds me of what's going on in Saudi Arabia of the plot line to like 1982 comedy The Toy, starring Richard Pryor, where Saudi Arabian kids are like, "Daddy, I want Neymar," and the billionaire's like, "Sure, we'll get you Neymar." We'll get Neymar over here to dance for you.
Absolutely, son.
Yeah. Anything for my eldest son, right? Say less. It shall be done. Yeah, they got golf, like we said. They're buying the WWE probably.
How about a Rolls Royce?
Yeah, is McDonald's for sale? Because that's probably next.
Yeah, pretty good to be an oil baron right now.
Yeah, the Saudis are on top of the world. Another interesting sports update is right here in the U.S. Fuck those assholes in Saudi Arabia. This is as U.S. as it gets. It's in Cincinnati, every day, USA, Cincinnati, where Bengals stud wide receiver Jamar Chase is finding out what Zion Williamson found out recently. Hit it and quit it has some consequences if she cray.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah, what happened indeed? Well, it turns out that Ambar Hunter is cray, allegedly. Chase
cray hot though too. I mean, you can see what Jamar was thinking.
Yeah. She's got the pants that point right to where he fell into the trap.
Yeah. Uno had a Uno track mind right there.
Yep. Can you blame him? No, but listen to what happened. So Chase claims that he had a one-night stand with Ambar in 2021, and since then she's been harassing him and his mom incessantly.
His mom, too.
Yeah, sending her messages, calling him out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, he didn't get her pregnant though.
Oh, my friend, that is at the crux of the issue, according to her. Which he denied.
She claims Plan B or what? What does she claim?
Well, she claims she had the kid, and he's just ignoring it. He's filing a restraining order against her, saying she orchestrated an unhinged and disturbing pattern of harassment and threats. And she's claiming online things like this. She's saying, putting your hands on a pregnant female is lame as fuck, and then added him or whatever. And then she says on the other side, these are like Instagram stories. She says she shows a picture of a hotel that was like booked, which doesn't really mean anything. I don't know if it has like his name as reserved or whatever, but it says he left me stranded at this hotel. I had an important doctor's appointment in Cincinnati, and this son of a bitch left me there for 4 days pregnant. And then she adds the Bengals and the NFL. She goes, I just want you all to know how evil Mr. Chase is aside of football. If you all only know the half, this person has wished death on his own child and prayed that I lose my baby.
So she's pregnant now.
No, she gave birth, I think.
Okay. So no, he needs to take a DNA test then. DNA test solves everything.
He's asked, he's claiming he's been offering to pay for it, and she's refusing because she knows it's not his kid.
Oh, okay. Well, they just take her to court then and take the DNA test.
That's what he's trying to do, but it's such a headache. What he shouldn't have done is banged her because she's crazy. Yeah.
Right. It unlocked Pandora's box. Right. Yeah.
You never know
who's telling the truth. But these young dudes, Zion and Jamar and the Chases of the world, they need to go meet up with Derek Jeter and figure out how to have one-night stands and not get caught up in all this. Jeter's the king of one-night stands, probably still is. He just gave them a basket of signed memorabilia and cab fare in the morning. He had them sign an NDA. Yeah. He had them sign an NDA. He goes, 1 signature from you and 10 from me.
Right.
Go sell this shit online.
Pretty good deal.
Pretty good system he had going there.
It's a 10-1. You want a ball signed? You want a T-shirt signed? You want a jersey signed?
Plus
I need you to sign
the end. Sell it all. Yeah, I mean, it's worth a few $1,000. I mean,
here's a Jeter rookie card. Now get out.
No one's gonna feel like I mean, everybody's gonna feel at least a little okay after that, right?
Wouldn't that be awesome if you just had your own card that you could give to women as like a fuck card? I mean, you are on top of the fucking world. Like, hey, thanks for the fuck. Here's a card of me.
I mean, there's some straight guys that would fuck Jeter for that basket.
Sign your own card and give it. I mean, it's a little bit
top of the world.
If the NDAs weren't unbreakable, I wonder what some of the chicks would say. But
dude, when do you think he thought of that system? You think he thought of that by himself, or one of his boys came up with that for Jeter? Because what a hilarious system, the gift basket.
Smart. The NDA thing is really smart. I mean, for pro athletes, it's a game. Anyway. I mean, that's innovative. Yeah.
So Jamar's going through the Zion thing. But yeah, I don't think it's going to affect him. Like the Pelicans kind of trying to get rid of Zion because of the headache. This Bengals want Jamar. They're going to keep him. They're going to be like, whatever it takes to silence her, go get the DNA test.
Yeah, you need Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Hey, don't worry, Floridians. Tan Mom's running for Senate in Florida.
Whoa.
That's Tan Mom?
That's Tan Mom.
From Stern Show?
What's she about?
I mean, she's been on the Stern Show. I think she became, I didn't know who she was. I had to look it up. I've heard of her name. I think she became super famous from being on RuPaul's Drag Race, the TV show.
No, she's really super famous for being on that. What's her real name?
Patricia Krentcil. Did she start on Stern?
She's always on Stern. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
been on
her and Shuli and her and what's his name? Sal have like a thing, and Shuli does like a great. It started years ago. I think
she was on RuPaul's Drag Race in 2012, though.
I mean, she got famous for being Tan Mom before Stern Show because that was her name. Tan Mom came from I think she was making her children get tan, and
she wears fake tanner like Trump.
That's correct, Wes. She went viral for taking her child to a tanning salon, and people were pissed. Yes.
Yeah. And then
that's a real tan on
Howard brought her on, and she's gotten famous.
I think it's both. Check her out.
Holy shit! I did not know she looked like that. Yikes. I've only listened to her. Jesus Christ.
It's like a horror mask she's wearing. A little.
She looks like the doll of that Ecuadorian guy or the El Salvadorian guy. She looks like
but it's a person.
No,
that's scary.
Sal, she talks like this. Sal, is Sal there? She talks like that.
So why is she running for office? Is that I thought that's more of like a shock character she's playing. Is that
no? Well, she's running for office because she says, it's time she used her fame for power, and she's running
for power.
Yeah, she's running. Well, she's like to make the world better. She's running for the GOP, but it's kind of like RFK running Democrat. She's got no chance, so they have that in common, and she's going against a lot of the party line issues because she hates DeSantis. So she's trying to change education to bring back books and all sorts of things that but
she talks like she's 8 martinis in. That
she's got permanent.
She might be.
She is 8.
She probably is. Yeah, but she's on that. She's on something all the time. She cannot sound sober. It's impossible for her.
Like Xanax.
Yeah, Xanax and martinis and whatever she's got. I mean, you got a face like that. Jesus.
I don't think she's gonna win.
No.
The zoom out picture is shocking, and then the zoom in is just like you can't believe this person is real.
Go to the other one, the other picture. She looks like an orangutan got like a pit job,
yeah, it looks like an orangutan put a shawl on, and then put some jewelry on,
barely tied that thing on. Yeah. This is the one. Take this one. This is the one.
And then you zoom in, and she's got like sun damage plus fake tanner.
I wish we had a picture of that doll that guy made that he married because she looks like that.
Yeah, the rag doll. Yeah,
the rag doll.
God, man, wow,
terrible.
Tan Mom.
Put on my pink lipstick.
Good luck to her in her race.
Yeah, big news out of Florida. For the fourth story of the day, let's talk briefly about Trump's fourth indictment. This dude's been indicted in 4 different states now. Where is it? Like New York. This one's Georgia. Where else has he been indicted? Like
DC, surely, right?
DC, I guess you're counting.
DC, Georgia, and
then one other.
What was the last one?
Georgia's the most recent one.
Maybe it's 2 New Yorks.
Is the big one.
Might be 2 New Yorks. I mean, he's been indicted all over the damn place.
All kinds of indictments.
Yeah. This one, he and 18 allies were charged with election tampering and are up against RICO charges that could get him hundreds of years in prison as a max. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but I'd settle for him just not running for president.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to even again, is this one of those charges that would bar him from running it? The Georgia one is probably the most serious because of the phone call with the DA,
this is
right?
Definitely the most serious. I think this one is a couple of them are probably nothing burgers. This one is pretty damning.
Or the AG, sorry, Attorney General.
Yeah, the DA, the AG, they're all after him. They have some things in this 100-page indictment like the phone call to Kemp or whatever. He's like, find the votes. I don't care how you do it. Find them. And then we've all heard that one. And then they also have things like one of his lawyers got access to voting machines illegally in a rural Georgia county and stole data from voting machines during they have all sorts of bad shit on this Georgia one. This one's, he's going to have to make some sort of plea deal. It seems like
he keeps claiming that he has irrefutable evidence and the trial is going to be televised. So it's just a fucking circus.
Well, that would be probably good for us to follow up on that.
It's going to be all people are talking about as soon as he's back on TV.
Are some people already doing jail time that were involved in that Georgia thing? Did I read that?
Well, certainly out of his 18 allies, people are going down. This lawyer that illegally got data, he's going down. People are going down. Whether how hard Trump goes down is yet to be seen, but people are going to be falling on swords left and right. Over
I could have swore I saw something that people were already serving jail time for.
People definitely have been for this.
I know, like other people.
This is the most severe one.
Cohen or whoever. I don't know.
Right. Everybody in his network's been serving jail time for a long time. Intern Jackson cleared it up. New York, Mar-a-Lago, Florida.
Florida. Right.
Remember when they collected the documents?
Yeah.
Georgia and DC.
Right.
Thank you,
Florida.
Intern Jackson. I mean, dude, I just am sick of both Trump and Biden. I just can't stand how it's going to be back on TV. So we're just going to be it's going to be like a fucking faucet of Trump for the next several months. And it's just, you already have Biden sitting in the, as a zombie in the Oval Office. Now you got Trump just like humping your TV into submission for the rest of the year.
Well, it's going to get Biden. It's going to get Biden all energized to talk shit about Trump, even though Trump hasn't been president for a couple of years, because those two have a hard on for each other. It's like, it's a nightmare for U.S. It's good for hard factor, but it's a nightmare for the U.S.
But then what if Trump goes to jail, can't run, then it just goes to DeSantis? I mean, that's no better.
I don't
know. That sucks too.
Nah, DeSantis may fall off, man. I think there could be another candidate. It's
still time for
that
both.
Emerges.
I mean, Joe Biden could be like, who knows what's going to happen with that dude's mind in the next.
It's still very early, guys.
There could be people from either side that. Don't worry, Wes. Don't worry.
Moves
You're going to lose that bet. You're going to lose that bet.
I do not want this. No, I'm going to win that bet, but I do not want DeSantis.
Yeah.
You don't want that dude who made the video in the White House.
He freaks me out, man. DeSantis freaks me out.
He doesn't know how to say hello.
No, he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. Fucking freak.
He's a weird guy.
I'd much rather have Trump in the office. I'm not lying.
Bow. I hope he walks out. If DeSantis wins, I hope he walks out to like the inauguration with that song. Bow, bow. And then there's and then there's just like flashing images of shirtless jacked guys on the.
You don't want Trump off the tail end of 4 indictments with a chip on his shoulder in office. That's not going to be good. From Trump to someone that played him on SNL, Alec Baldwin. Guess what? He's not out of the woods on charges being re-brought back against him on the shooting at the set of Rust, where he killed half the crew. He killed the DP and almost the producer, director, whatever. So I guess what happened is they dropped the charges and also kind of like took his word on the fact that he claims he didn't squeeze the trigger. He's been saying that from day one. He said that the gun was tampered with by the armor, whoever, and some other people. He says
it just went off, right?
And that because the gun was tampered with, it's not the normal specs of the gun, and that sure, a normal gun without tampering, you need to squeeze, but this one, I didn't squeeze. It was tampered with. It was made for.
By tampered, he probably just means it was already cocked, because it's a hair trigger after.
No, it was something specific, and he explained. They explained what it was, and so they took him at face value, dropped the charges. But what they've been doing ever since is they recreated this gun from scratch, doing exactly what was claimed to be done to it, and they just proved that doesn't mean anything. You need to squeeze the trigger on the gun, and that Baldwin's full of shit. Surprise, surprise.
Of course he is.
He squeezed the fucking trigger, obviously.
Of course he did.
Now the decision is going to be made to bring back charges if they want to, because they know that he had to have squeezed the trigger.
He's a snake, dude. He really is. I mean, and the way he handled that woman's family was bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
how did that go through trial with him, getting off with that not being done, with that forensic evidence not being.
I don't know. I read like the reasons why, like it's all lawyer bullshit. Like there was always the chance that they were going to bring charges back to him. They were just like,
this is like a contingent on the fact that we review your bullshit excuse and find out it's complete bullshit.
Something along those lines. Okay.
We
might get a little fact checked on it, but it was a huge news story that came out on
right. It sounds like lawyer bullshit.
That said, hey, guess what? Baldwin's back in the frying pan potentially. Because they recreated the gun and you needed to squeeze the trigger.
Right. How could you get out of the frying pan without lawyer bullshit, basically? Because you couldn't. Yeah.
So Trump and people that play Trump in trouble this week.
In court.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yep. Anyways, any live comments before we get to the top story you guys want to play?
Just a lot of people hating on Biden and Trump, just like
good.
That's how it goes,
Yeah.
Poopy Butt Stinks asked an important question. Do you think this will humble Alec, or will he be just as smug as before?
That's a joke, right?
Rhetorical.
Yeah, that's a joke. That was the funniest part of the show so far. That was a good joke. All right, that takes us to.
Let me answer this.
The cream of the crop.
It's Augusta poopy butts. I think it's 13 or 12.
Well, read it. Read the.
What course is that over your shoulder? I may have the same one. It's Augusta.
It's Augusta. How are the tens of thousands of listeners supposed to
if you have to ask.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. Top story of the day, right? It's Augusta. It's like that. You gave the punchline without the setup. And today's top story is Britney Spears. She's going to spin her way right into the arms of some lucky bastard because she's officially single again. She's divorced her third or fourth, whatever the fuck, current husband, now ex-husband, Sam, cup of coffee, Asghari. Get your ass out of here. Your time is up. Time for real.
Sam, see you later, Sam. Sam, sayonara, Sam.
Yeah. Sam, I am single. Sam, yeah. Get the fuck out of here, Sam.
How old is she now?
I mean, 30 something, 35, 30. Who cares?
Hot.
I'm just saying, how much older can she get before it starts being exciting?
Let's take a look at
Wes,
it.
just enjoy it while it lasts.
She's 41.
Okay. There she
So-
is.
I mean, she looks. Look how good she looks for 41.
Oh, I mean,
Look at
I'm
this.
saying,
And she's got $500 million probably net worth at
Telling you,
least.
She posted
she
this.
looks,
She
she
posted
looks
this.
27.
Look at her
Right.
slapping
Look at
that
her
ass.
flicking you off.
She posted this thing like a week ago,
Brittany.
and now in
She's
retrospect,
toxic.
this was announcing her comeback. She's saying, "Hey guys, what's up?"
The stripper pole was absolutely
Yeah.
what's it called? A precursor, like when they give you hints and you're supposed to pick up on it. What's that called?
They start working out.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
English term. Yeah, she was giving us hints.
Pre-com.
The pre-cum, sure. Come on my back is what she was saying. Come on my back 6. But yeah, so she's totally single. Hit the road, Sam. Good news. Great news.
You think she'll ever date like another celebrity? Because she's dating. She's like keeps going out with these schlubs. I have no idea who they are. Like no one knew who Kevin Federline was.
That's why it's for regular Joes. This is why it's awesome whenever Britney goes single again, because every guy could technically like race out to try to like meet her somehow, and it's possible.
Yeah. She's dating plumbers.
She's
like
got
her,
a type.
Her bounce. She was flashing her bouncer back in the day. She's dating physical trainers.
She likes dirty hot. Yeah.
You got to be in pretty good shape. It looks like. But she was
like tattoos and muscles help. It seems like if you're tall, tattooed, and muscled, just get out there and take a walk around her neighborhood. You never know what's going to happen.
She's probably soured on celebrities because Timberlake was saying all that shit about taking her virginity and all that bullshit back then. He was the biggest celebrity, so she was like, never again. Only
and the whole like the conservatorship and the upskirt shot when she was super young. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why she's had a sort of checkered love life up and down, kind of roller coaster West. But she's Britney fucking Spears, and a lot of guys are going to try to shoot their shot.
Are you doing the Pat contrarian thing? Because I mean, this is great news.
No. I mean, listen, I Britney is one of the hottest women out there. I'm just, I mean, she's holed up in her condo in Las Vegas. That's probably why she doesn't want to date a celebrity, because she wants someone who she can just basically own and make them stay in that condo in Las Vegas with her and not have a life.
Who needs to go out? Yeah, right. Stay inside the mansion.
Well, she might want to go back and do shows again, in which case, like a guy who just got married to her probably wouldn't be into that, right? Like if you who knows what
you got to be pretty secure with yourself if she's on the stage every night and there's 10,000 people trying to touch her. Yeah,
right.
But,
so if they get for sure divorced, it'll be her third, right? And so
it's with Britney, you get this sweet honeymoon period, right, where you're gonna get a lot of wild sex. She's gonna be doing the stripper pole, and you're gonna be staying indoors with her, and then it's all gonna fall off the rails quickly. But it's gonna be a hell of a time for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
the best time.
Yeah.
The best time. I think the key is for lucky number 4, whoever's lucky number 4.
Yeah.
Don't get married. Just like somehow figure out a way to hold it.
But how do you get her money if you don't get married? Because
she's like,
her money.
She's gonna spend it when you're with her. I'm just saying, like you should, if you want to stick it out,
you should start like stealing from her by being like, I need money for this, but then like not buying what you say you're gonna buy and just like saving it in your savings account. You got to get out of that relationship with at least 6 figures.
You just need to make sure everything she gives you is in your name, like cars, all that stuff is in your name, and you can sell it later.
That's it.
Watch.
Do you think they've signed NDAs? These dudes,
free vacations.
Or, I mean, not
watches.
NDAs. I mean prenups. Do you think they signed?
Yes,
prenups?
I do. But I think even with the prenups, they get some stuff. I don't think they get 50% of her net worth every time. I think they get like a couple mil, which is good enough.
Maybe
Yeah.
even maybe not even that. Maybe it's just maybe the prize is just a bang or bang.
What was she paying
Federline?
Federline?
Get a watch.
Federline's
What a
been
great
calling her
run.
cheap.
What a great run for anybody.
He's walking away with a Lamborghini, a few nice watches, and the fact that he banged Britney Spears for however long he did. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a pack. That's a good package.
Federline's been calling her cheap forever.
Good severance package.
Well, he accused her of cheating. Look, everybody accuses her of cheating.
No, in alimony, he's like, she doesn't pay me enough. I'm looking up what he pays her. He's always saying that she's cheap. I can't find it. Maybe Jackson, if you can find what she pays Kevin Federline's stupid ass.
Guys, let Britney live.
Alimony.
Britney's going to be Britney. All right, that's just how it goes, and she's back on the market. So
yeah, I think it's fantastic news. That's why it's the cream of the crop. And today's cream of the crop was brought to you by BIRDDOGS, a fantastic pants. I'm wearing my BIRDDOGS right now.
Yeah, if you're gonna go try to impress Britney Spears,
Those are nice.
definitely want to do it in a pair of BIRDDOGS. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, I would feel confident going up to Britney and BIRDDOGS. So not many other shorts could do that. So go ahead and get yourself a free hat and the best shorts. Summer's almost over, not in Austin where it's 110 for the next 10 days. But if you're in a cold place, you can get their joggers too, which are fantastic. They have incredible pants.
I'm actually wearing
birddogs.com/hnews gets you. Yeah, they look great. Well,
very
they
sleek.
They get you the free hat. So promo code HNews or birddogs.com/HNews. Yeah, there you go.
Do it. Okay, let's move on to a little bit of a career focus, a tale of two different paths. So career news hot this week on the internet, and a career can take you many different directions. Okay. I didn't ever think that I would do both government contracting and podcasting in the same professional life, but here we are. I've weirdly done both. You guys know what I mean, right? I'm sure that there's surprises in your careers as well, right?
Yeah, I didn't really do much with my degree professionally.
There you go. You never know. Never know what's going to happen. And a lot of what
Wes is probably the closest to sticking with it because English, we've been writing comedy for a long time. Yeah.
With my
probably
degree.
So.
Yeah.
I was communications, so I definitely used my degree, but didn't know which way it would go. But yeah,
that's true. Communications, you do that.
Yeah, but you never know what's going to happen, right? You never know where it's going to take you. And a lot of what happens depends on how you approach it. So let's take a look at two U.S. men who have handled their professions a bit differently, but they've both been making a bit of a buzz this week on the internet with their techniques, each in their own unique ways. First up, Calhoun County, Alabama correctional officer Josh Hardy, right here. See him? Josh has that aw shucks Alabama swoop light going on that sort of says, I ain't going to fondle you too bad,
Yeah, he looks like he has a secret, and the secret is that he hates minorities.
Oh yeah, that color shirt is a I hate minorities.
That's
color.
that's his
look.
That's his correctionals officer attire.
Yeah,
uniform. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
But he's got.
I'm gonna be meaner to the black ones.
I hate black people tan.
Yeah, we got a new crop inmates. I'm gonna be meaner to the black ones. That's that look.
He's got. I mean, but there's a little bit of like, well, I'm just kidding, just joshing with you. It's Josh. Anyway, while he wasn't making the headlines for his time at work, what he was doing at the office, Josh made up for that on the night of Saturday, August 12th, by heading over to the Walmart in Oxford, Alabama, after his shift ended. And then he proceeded to steal several packs of Pokemon cards just straight out of the thing, the display at Walmart, while still in his uniform. This shirt, this polo right here, he was stealing Pokemon cards dressed like that. And
go ahead and wrap this photo shoot. I gotta go steal some cards. I got a secret.
Yeah. So he's doing it right in front of the security camera. He then ran from the manager when they tried to stop him. But he only ran, according to the police, to a nearby local restaurant. And my money is on Waffle House because it's by far the closest to Walmart. Yes. It could have been the Wendy's, could have been the Smoothie King as well, but I've had
where
to
he
guess
could,
it's the
where he
Waffle
could
House.
hide as like a cook at Waffle House if he just
Yeah.
changes quickly. Yeah.
Or that my thought was just he's just so dumb that he sat in the only place with all glass windows.
You said he works as a corrections officer and he didn't know about security cameras.
He's just who knows, man. I guess it's just he's like a klepto, and he did it in uniform, and then he didn't really have an excuse. He was caught at the local restaurant, arrested and fired immediately.
He wore his uniform.
Where's
he didn't think that he would get the attention of the security guards, like because he was in uniform, and they would trust him because he was in uniform. Like
maybe
this guy certainly isn't going to steal anything.
Right. That's Wes. I think you're right. Maybe he exactly like what you and Taylor did when we were 18, Will, and just confidently walked out of the grocery store with the beers.
Right.
Like you paid
that
for
is
them.
That is how you grocery hop.
Yeah,
but
maybe that's what he was thinking. I'm wearing the outfit. There's no way they're going to question why I have 25 packs of Pokemon cards.
Exactly. This guy right here, Josh Hardy, he doesn't look very suave. You know, like he looks like he's a big doofus, kind of.
Looks like he might have farted on the getaway.
Right. He's probably making a scene when he's picking out Pokemon cards.
Bumping into other cards. Oh, I'm sorry.
Going to the register. Yeah. Like So I mean,
exactly a ninja. Yeah.
He's a huge, huge disappointment to everybody in this area of Alabama. The sheriff's office, the prison that he works at, everybody's come out and apologized and said, you know, we're just sorry Josh exists. You know, we just kind of wish he didn't right now. And
for Josh for years,
his facial hair is crazy. The more you look at it, look at his facial hair. The way it goes back to the rear, that goatee,
chin strap goatee. Yeah,
it's like peach. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's photo day.
That's photo day.
Josh's best.
Yeah,
gotta get that chin strap real tight. So that's Josh Hardy. That's one way you can make the headlines in your career, by stealing Pokemon cards, you know, in uniform.
This is happening a lot. It's like, it's like the Pokemon card stealing is like the new thing.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Why are people so they think they're gonna? First of all, if you just steal a few packs, you're not gonna get anything you could sell on the internet. It's totally
step one: steal a bunch of Pokemon cards. Step two: set up a TikTok and do a couple breaks.
Yeah, it's just how stupid people have gotten. Next up, though, see, that's an example of one way you can go with the career to make headlines. Here's another example. Next up is a guy who's not making the headlines yet. Keyword yet, but thanks to the tip from Nathan in the Hardo Hive, we're all going to get in on the ground floor right now of this dude's career. Introducing to you guys Tony P in DC. Okay, he's Anthony Polcari. Okay, digital creator, life of a Bostonian in DC, cooking, fashion, travel, and adulting tips, helping you navigate your 20s. Positive masculinity. All right, those are his. That's what he identifies by.
Yeah, Tony in
DC.
Tony P in DC. Now check out some of his amazing work.
Life's a 24-year-old bachelor in DC. On Monday, I started a new thing of taking a few minutes each afternoon during the workday to walk along my office's rooftop to clear my head and recharge for the last half of the day. After work, I made some strip steak for dinner before heading to bed earlier than usual, which is before 2 a.m. these days. On Tuesday, I headed into work a little early as I had a very important client meeting before 9 a.m. For lunch, I had my usual Tony P Club at Subway, and it was perfection like always. At night, I stopped by the Nathan Memorial, where they had a summer concert consisting of all classic Motown tunes, from the Supremes to Marvin Gaye. I just had to sing along and dance a bit, as Motown is one of my all-time favorite genres. For dinner, I made a quick chicken dish using skin-on breast before spending the rest of the night working on content strategy. Wednesday was a big haul as I grabbed lunch with some colleagues at Roadie near my office, and then ate on the rooftop with them and some of our friends from our London office. At night, I headed to Solly's on U Street to hang out with one of my favorite London colleagues, who is also a Boston brother and great mentor of mine. We had a few drinks and shared quite a few laughs. On Thursday, I busted out the corporate Ken look, but sadly had to take the long way to work as a big part of my route was blocked off, so I started off slightly agitated. But my spirits were lifted with a trip to the famous Greek deli on 19th Street, where I ordered their lemon chicken soup, which even in this heat, always hits the spot and tastes like it was made from heaven. At night, I had my weekly work happy hour with friends at Barco, where I had a couple plates of fries that I mostly ate before running down Pennsylvania Avenue to avoid the worst of the weekly rainstorm and make dinner.
Wow. Pow! Tony P in DC.
Tony P. He is a bachelor.
Yeah, that was like a dating video.
It
Does anyone
was.
like this lifestyle? Because I like this food and I like this stuff. Yeah.
I cook.
First,
Yeah.
you guys believe he's really 24?
24.
That's what he says. That's that video's labeled. I'm 24, living in DC.
That dimple and that butt dimple's 36 on his chin.
His hair. I hope he's not 24 for the thinness.
No, he's
my level thinness.
He's 40.
Taking it to the internet. Here is some of the comments that Tony seems to be going for. Since here's how he posts everything. He just tags a trillion like strategic hashtags and then ats. Like he literally added. He posted a video of him getting dressed. Added Jose Bank, a bunch of other people, and then Jose Bank replies at Tony in DC, looking good as usual. And then so like he seems to be just like fishing for like corporate endorsements and friendships and like
Tony P is like, he's safe.
He's looking for a wife. What?
Right.
I
think so too.
What is he got? How has he gotten so much notoriety just from those videos that he does?
Dude, because people here's the top comments from that video that we just watched. Here they are. And let me make sure I read them correctly. Okay. ML13 says, dude was 24 in 2004. That a lot of people felt like that's probably accurate. Chris P 5454 says, I still can't tell if this guy is real or an NPC satire account. And that's what I resonated with me the most. I feel like that's why I would consider. I'm following Tony P in DC, by the way, and loving every minute of it now. Connor Goals says, my man's 24 in dog years, which I don't think he understands how dog years work, right? No.
Yeah, he's not quite that old, but yeah, I get the joke.
Yeah. Nicole and Zeef. Oh, I don't understand they work. Nicole and Zeef says, I bet when you talk to Tony P, he listens really intently and asks good follow-up questions. So, and that was the most liked comment.
Absolutely.
So, Tony P, positivity, Tony P, Carner 92 says, Tony P, drop the Subway order. We need to know what Tony P special is. The Tony P Club. Patrick Quinto says, babe, wake up. New Tony P just dropped. And then Samta Kelly says, reported for swag violation. And then
he's getting a boost from everyone busting on him.
Right. But then PMix 15 says, Tony P got the wisdom of a man that's been doing it for decades. Glad I'm here at the ground floor before this guy goes big time. And now we all are in the heart of Ohio. So
we are.
He's just out there living his life. Tony
he's 24. He's 24 if he has Benjamin Button disease.
He's got so many like old work colleagues who's 24 and has like a big Rolodex of client contact
from London.
I'm 0 days. I'm 0 days separated from my MBA, and here I am with my contacts.
My mentor.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Strip steak.
Yeah. So Tony P and DC, different ways you could take your career to gain notoriety. You could go the Tony P and DC route. You could go the Josh Hardy Pokemon theft route. I mean, either way,
dude, he's got a lot of Capitol Hill, people, ladies slide in his DMs because Tony P is right up their alley.
Yeah, he's safe. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's safe. Very safe.
There's definitely some women that are like Tony P out there that do the same things. They're like, I like Chipotle. I like Subway. I call my sandwich the Chelsea P at Subway. I get up early and I dress up and walk around.
The Tony P Club. Yeah, hold up. I'll go find out what the Tony P Club is. Don't worry, everybody. But that's all. That's all I got. I mean, unless we need more Tony P.
Can you have enough, Tony P?
I'm gonna follow him. Jackson found out $20,000 a month to Federline from Britney from TMZ.
Not bad.
$20,000 a month.
$20,000 a month. Not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Okay. Well, if we're done with Tony P, let's move on to the plague of drunken raccoons raiding homes and killing pets in Germany. That was the title of the article. Plague of drunken raccoons raiding homes and killing pets. And pretty good headline, huh? Yeah. Well, it's not just a catchy headline. It's reality for many residents in Germany. And thanks to the Nazis, these things have grown in numbers exponentially since they were first introduced and are now causing real problems for the Germans. So many problems that the Germans have nicknamed the raccoons the Rajus.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They are not. They're that upset with them.
Yeah. And they're calling for local government to eradicate the Rajus ASAP.
Oh, no.
How the tables have turned, huh? Introduced by the Nazis only to be eradicated.
Yeah.
No.
It's a lot less racist than the other way they could have gone with that combination, but I guess. But anyway, here's a guy on YouTube explaining how raccoons are overtaking Europe, even though these fuckers are actually only native to Native America. So they're not even supposed to be in Europe. Here's this guy.
Taking over Europe. Raccoons are not native to Europe and are a particular problem in Germany. Raccoons were originally brought to Germany from North America to be farmed for their pelts. But in 1934, 2 breeding pairs of raccoons were deliberately set free near Lake Edersee to enrich the local animal diversity. And in 1945, 25 more raccoons escaped a fur farm in Wolfshagen after an Allied bomb hit the farm. Almost a century later, you can easily see their populations in those areas on a map, and the raccoons have expanded rapidly across Europe. Raccoons have been listed as an invasive species in Europe, damaging local biodiversity, killing poultry livestock, ransacking fruit farms, and invading people's attics. And in 1979, raccoons were placed on the list of most dangerous species in Europe. In the early 2010s, many efforts were made to capture and exterminate the pests, with over 67,700 caught and exterminated in Germany in 2011. But raccoons are very adept at keeping their numbers high, and will adjust their breeding patterns to make up for the numbers lost by controlled culling. And so, the raccoon continues its march across Europe.
So
That's amazing.
they will fuck harder if you try to eradicate them, basically.
You
You can't hold them down.
Yeah, you cannot hold a
Yeah.
raccoon down.
You just got to let them be. There's a
Yeah.
huge raccoon in my new neighborhood in my court. I was walking the dog last night, and it's huge. Like it was like just walking up to the neighbor's porch, like it lived there, and I was like so mad that like I was like even looking at it. I was just like, what? Like
They
it had
get
gotten
ballsy
home,
once they get
like it got
comfortable, yeah.
home from a long day at work. It was just it was kind of hilarious. It was just like,
Yeah.
he looked so agitated.
And this guy Berthold Langerhorst of the Nature Organization says that raccoons are funny and clever. They like beer. And he describes how he will watch them knocking over beer bottles over the lake. Here's a raccoon in the middle of the city. I think it's not Berlin, but it's one of the other major cities. Hammered, just walking around. Look at him. He's just drunk as can be.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's having a time.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he's having a hard time walking.
He's having a hard time walking because he's hammered.
Yeah.
And people are just photographing him. He's not like attacking anyone. He's like a drunk bum.
Well, this is why they have a raccoon problem. You would never see a raccoon just being accepted in public like this in America.
And he's so hammered.
He's going
He
to
finds a
off.
stoop like a bum and just finds a stoop
Yeah.
and just sleep it off.
Wow.
Dude, some guy named Big John is kicking the shit out of that raccoon like the instant it shows its face in an American town.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that's why they're too accepting. They're too nice over there. That's why they
Yeah.
got the raccoon issue.
Here's another pet
Oh my
raccoon
God, look at-
drinking,
it's about to
just
get
being
hammered.
fed beer. It loves beer. They have a
Oh, they're
taste for
feeding it
beer.
the beer.
This
Yeah,
seems
they-
like a
they-
bad idea, feeding a raccoon beer.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
that's
Then
all.
now you're just encouraging the problem.
Right. That's more than enabling. That's like
How are you going
Here's
to put it on the fucking dangerous list when you're feeding them beers?
right.
Here's a gay raccoon
point,
enjoying
Will.
some beer. Here's a straight one enjoying some beer.
right. Right.
Miller Lite versus Bud Light, if you can't see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's not all these little bastards are doing is getting drunk. They're breaking into homes and eating family pets too, like baby rabbits and fish right out of
Okay, I was gonna say
aquariums.
like that can't be like cats, right? It's got to be
No, make
it's like
kitten probably.
hamsters and
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah.
they'd eat a kitten though. It's got to be like hamsters and gerbils and like fish, like you said.
baby rabbits is one thing that they mentioned in the article,
Baby
and fish right out of the aquarium. So if they see aquarium and it's chock full of fish, they're just reaching their paws in and munching.
Where's Hoppers?
Yeah, and what happens is they get in your kitchen while you're gone, and they're causing up to $10,000 worth of damage just by like, they're like a pack of monkeys in there just
They're
throwing
looking for
shit
beer.
around. Yeah,
Well,
looking
they
for
have
beer.
they're looking for
They have
beer.
no
Yeah.
fear at all of these people. These
No.
Germans who never ever hit them and feed them beers constantly. They have no fear at all. They just
So last year, Germany's National Hunting Organization, this is from an article in the Telegraph, said they killed a record 200,000 raccoons last year, up from 10,000 2 years ago, to try to control the population. Other people have said, hey, look, we can eat these fucking things. Maybe we should just start eating them. If we can
make
learn-
cool,
hey, Wes,
make
look,
cool hats.
live internet
Yeah.
comment from American who knows how to deal with raccoons. Jared Lindsay says, I'm getting ready to airsoft some raccoons now off my patio. Boom.
Yeah.
Germany, take notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Break.
Is that
and last-
is that Timmy? Could be Canadian.
Is it Timmy?
Oh, well, North American.
Airsofting,
North
airsofting
American,
raccoons sounds like a fucking blast. Airsofting anything
dude.
sounds like a blast.
Get some rat shot, deal with some possums out there. Look,
Yeah.
I mean, just deal with your pests, Germany. These are raccoons. You brought them over as Nazis. You stole the raccoons as Nazis. Deal with it.
And last year, Berlin, which has a big problem with the raccoons, obviously in a major city, they refused to sanction the killing of raccoons, saying they would rather encourage the public to lock their bins properly than deal with the raccoons.
There you go.
So these
Be
things are just-
terrorized by a rodent, you fucking morons.
Yeah.
Again,
you guys try to take over the world twice, but you can't stop a few raccoons. Give me a break.
Right. This is unbelievable.
This is
what's
pathetic.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are absolutely outmatched by the raccoon.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so tricky.
Yeah.
So tricksy.
Apparently, there's new information saying that maybe the Nazis weren't responsible for it, but it's so much more fun to keep blaming the Nazis for all Germany's woes. I think it was the Nazis that.
So it was a non-Nazi German.
It said raccoons were brought to Germany in 1920s, and the first pair were released into the wild at the beginning of the Nazi era. But urban legend from the article long that Hermann Göring personally ordered their release. I guess he was a famous Nazi, but that has been debunked by historians. But who gives a fuck? We're going to say that German
historians
Hermann
Nazis,
Göring.
A Nazi with the heart of gold releasing.
He didn't want to see him killed.
Yeah. Give me a break.
The rat Jews. But yeah,
dude,
so
check this out.
Huge problem.
Check this shit out. Pepper in the live comments says, Pepper Life Adventures. I was brought up eating raccoon as a young kid. My grandfather was a professional raccoon hunter, i.e. training coon dogs, right? They used to have those in America. Maybe learn about
Still
that
do.
too, Germany. And competition hunts. Raccoon tastes similar to kangaroo. Yeah, go ahead, Germany. Deal with it, Pepper style.
I like how to relate to everyone, he goes, raccoon tastes similar to kangaroo. The other common meat.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
That one. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure raccoon's delicious. I feel like I've had it. I had it at that roadkill cook-off I went to.
Seems like it would go good in a stew.
Yeah,
like a
it's
rabbit
like a bear
style,
meat or
A
something.
stew. Yeah. And also you can make a lot of fur out of them, right? Like baby
raccoon
crocodile.
pelster.
Yeah.
Raccoon skin hat.
Absolutely.
So nice. Yeah.
Start eating them, Germany. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Stop.
Make some sausage.
They're just like succumbing to the pressure of the raccoons.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Are you human beings or are you like sub raccoon now? Are you guys below the raccoons because it's too privileged as a human to deal with them?
Here's
like,
one in an office building. Got stuck up there.
Just terrorizing that office.
Yeah.
If you can't deal with raccoons, I mean, what are you gonna?
Yeah.
What are you going to be able to deal with?
I can see why.
I mean,
I can see why they lost the world wars. Yeah.
Anyway,
didn't they also just withdraw from NATO funding?
They said they won't guarantee they'll pay their share, which they haven't already been paying. So yeah, I mean they're really a mess over there.
I've got
I'm pretty sure they're like
I've got a bone to
going
pick with
into
all
recession.
Germany's on my shit list.
Netherlands in recession.
Yeah.
Europe's on their own shit list, Mark, right now, and we could be right behind them with the economies. So.
Yeah, so that's it. Any other comments you want to get to before the wheel?
Jared is an American. He confirmed. So Americans not handle raccoons.
Take that, Nazis.
That's right.
Well, because you introduced the raccoons. That's for the Nazis. For the current Germans, I say learn from that, please.
Right.
Yeah.
the techniques of
I
people
saw
who know how.
Jared Lindsay giving me shit about my
Facial
facial
hair?
hair earlier.
I saw that.
But,
He said
but I
you
don't-
giving any. He said that's rich coming from Wes. Giving shit
listen,
to
I'm
you.
not
Because
trying to have. I just don't shave.
Wes started showing his entire facial hair to the camera to be
That's
like, I don't have any gaps.
That's like
My
I
beard
did
sucks up.
I did the Instagram video the other day of the guy in Utah who got killed by the FBI, and all the comments were just like, "Why do you look exactly like that guy?"
Yeah, like his son. They said he looked like his son or something like that. A younger version of him. Yeah, we can laugh at our appearance. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Yeah. Because we're gonna make fun of everyone else's appearance, so you might as well.
right.
We're not
Right.
hypocrites.
Except for tomorrow's guest.
No.
We would
Well,
never.
What is there to make fun of?
Well, there's no flaws.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing there. So we're just gonna have a great conversation, insightful conversation.
Yeah.
In fact,
everyone get in on that live at 8 p.m. on Thursday
get
night.
in on the live. Check if you still don't know who we're talking about. Check our youtube.com/Hard Factor News live stream placeholder, the thumbnail today, and you will see. And also send us in questions if you have any for this fantastic guest.
Yeah, you might want to have breakfast with her.
Or not, either
Or
way.
not.
You might want to skip
It can
breakfast.
wait. Breakfast can wait.
Good mornings.
Yeah.
Who's on High Five?
I mean,
Me.
nobody really.
Me.
It's just
Respond. No, I'm.
oh wait,
I'm on High
Mark's
Five.
on High Five, right?
High
But,
Five.
I mean, coffee is just like
Yeah.
whatever.
No. I'm on High Five. So
All right.
whoever has the coffee is going to introduce a certain guest.
I was just going to
tomorrow.
introduce her as soon as we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if we really need a.
Do we need to spin?
We'll just spin it because the coffee person can, based on how far into the show we get, do a couple other stories or whatever. Just
Okay.
spin it.
All right, here we go.
Ooh, it's Pat. Just over the edge. Yeah. I mean, basically, you're all going to do one story, but
Right.
if she has to drop, then that's a backup plan, right?
I mean, we'll probably do 0 stories, and there's probably just going to be the interview and
Probably.
High Five.
Yeah, that's what I was
if
just
you
going to
can
guess.
keep her that long. Yeah.
Maybe we'll put push Pat's coffee to Sunday.
Yeah. Let's
I think
do
we can do that. I think we
Yeah.
can do
He
that.
got it for Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, please do join us tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a fantastic visual
It's tonight.
experience.
If you're listening Thursday morning,
tonight.
This is
Correct,
for
yeah.
Friday's podcast.
Thursday evening live taping. But yeah, we hope to see you there. Most importantly, we love you. Have a great fucking day.